Our stories this morning seem to focus on discord and disconnection. Discord between people, disconnection from God. The challenges we encounter in being people of God and disciples of Christ. The stories speak to our human propensity to want to be in control, to have power over what is happening to us, to make our own way when things become chaotic, especially when we work against one another. This topic of discord and disconnection is challenging as we kick off our annual fund drive today in this uncertain time. St. Paul brings forth words that speak to our faith, our time, our challenges, as he addresses his favorite church in Philippi. We hear his loving appeal to them. The language is like a warm, gentle, embracing hug. My brothers and sisters, whom I love and long for, my joy and crown, stand firm in the Lord in this way, my beloved. He encourages Euodia and Satoshi, who have worked together in building up the church and who now find themselves at odds with one another, to seek common ground, a common ground found in their faith in Christ. Paul seeks to draw Euodia and Syntyche, the congregation of Philippi, and us back to putting love first. Love of God, love of neighbor. This is the most encouraging passage. Through standing firm in faith and love on common ground, the way opens for harmony, gentleness, and transcendence. From this place of oneness with God and unity with one another, defenses naturally let down. Gentleness in interactions and relationships emerge. And in giving freely to God prayers and thanksgivings, anxieties are released, and the peace of God will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ. The peace of God settles in the heart and mind of each one. Paul addresses them and us as beloved, encouraging all followers of Christ to seek to do what is true, honorable, just, pure, pleasing, commendable, to strive to walk in the way of love, to remain focused on what is of God, and to seek that in others. And the peace of God will be with you. If you remember, the Hebrew word for peace is shalom, which means more than simply peace. It means healing and wholeness of being for the individual and the whole congregation. We are faced with many challenges today, many divisions. It's tempting when we are not meeting in person to go one's own way. Yet the richness of our life in Christ comes in standing firm in the Lord, together. It is imperative we remember the heart of love lived in this church community and family comes from each person living into the way of love. One way we express our love and steadfast faith in God is through our commitment to the church, in pledging our life, love, and labor, in giving to God. At this time of year especially, committing to give from our financial resources, ultimately to support and to strengthen one another and lift up the world. We entrust our vestry to do what is best for the whole as we strive to serve God, this community, and church with our offering. And at this point, I turn it over to Tom Anderson, who is head of our annual fund drive and stewardship.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Stewardship Sunday. I have to share that this work of stewardship has become for me really a celebration because it's so uplifting to see all of the work, the whole picture of all of the work the Good Shepherd does in and around our community. And Stewardship Sunday is this time of year, where we really step back and look as a whole community at all of the good works that we at Good Shepherd are a part of. You know, all of the ministries and the mission work that our small congregation accomplishes is really amazing, and it's truly a blessing. And this church, I have to say, is a constant source of inspiration to me. And it's a living example of how much we can accomplish, what all we can do when we gather together in the spirit of God's love. And when I'm overwhelmed personally by all of the work ahead and everything that needs to be done, I'm reminded of all that Fish and Family Promise and Martha's Kitchen and all of the groups at Good Shepherd here accomplish. When I feel alone and burdened, I'm calmed by the words of comfort and wisdom from Mama Dory and Father Rick and everyone on our worship team. And I'm lifted up by them and by the music of Alvin and our choir, which I look forward to getting back to soon, I hope. And I'm humbled that I'm able to serve in my own small way and be a part of this family. And turning in my annual pledge is one important piece of the work that we do. It's one way that we are a part of the whole. And our pledges are an act of intention. It's an intention to support all of the work we do here at Good Shepherd. Our pledges provide a vital tool for our vestry to plan and to be prepared for the coming year. It helps us to be better prepared for whatever challenges may come. So this week you'll be getting a letter in the mail, and it'll be what we call a narrative budget. So it'll show a lot of the different ways that the pledges support the work we do and all of the various different ways that happens. And in that will be the pledge cards. And I ask that you prayerfully consider what you can pledge and turn in your pledge card with me. The amount is not important. Every gift has an impact, and every pledge supports the whole mission of Good Shepherd. And in this way, we can continue the work of bringing healing and wholeness of being into our world. Shalom.